Hello everyone, my name is Shubham Gupta and I am an SD in the data platforms team at Groupers. Agenda for today is we will be seeing what's the Groupers data governance model and how we have integrated data with our existing tools that are present already at Groupers, and how at, at what stage are there in the data governance model that we see for future. Okay, a little bit about Gophers. So Gophers is a startup based out of India. It is one of the largest e-commerce platform focusing on the quick commerce side. We are operational in nearly 30 cities, working with over 5,000 vendors and grossing nearly 1 million orders weekly. Just begin. Sorry, yeah. So the Gophers data governance model basically is comprised of 4 major parts. First one is the source classification repository. So the idea of the source classification repository is basically to capture the data at its very source and start classifying it there only, instead of capturing it at different stages. So basically all the source data, be it like the application data, streaming data, log data, any kind of data that we need to that we need to analyze at Groupers need to be captured in the source classification repository. So this is basically GitHub repository. A PR needs to be raised for every dataset that needs to be entered, and proper classification tags need to be provided for that, whether the data is PII or not, or all the table description and column descriptions. So this is how we just collect the source data at one place. The second part is the data catalog, for which for us it is Data Hub. This is meant to be the single source of truth for all data at Groupers. So basically, this contains all the source tables and if any other operation is being performed on the source tables, metadata about that as well has to be synced to the data catalog only. So also, but one thing we do is any dataset that is being ingested to the source classification repository, we basically sync its metadata to our data catalog as well. That is Data Hub for Jenkins job. And the third part would be the ingestion frameworks that basically helps us ingest the metadata from different components to Data Hub. Its basic aim is to just connect to different components and extract metadata from there. And also, one thing we target here is that the classification and the tagging that we have done at the source should propagate as well. Like we should not be classifying and tagging the data again and again. In case it's a replication job, the classification simply should propagate. Okay, so these 3 components basically makes up for our data catalog. It gets all the metadata ingested in our catalog, and then there are 4th components, the centralized governance. So how Data Hub helps us here is it provides us with tagging capabilities and APIs. So using that, we can fetch those tags using Data Hub APIs and drive governance using that over different data sources. And this governance can be different for different data sources as well. For example, for source databases, it could be as simple as just a DAG running at a scheduled interval and just revoking the permissions for those specific datasets for the users. And for data lake, we aim to use Apache Ranger along with our Presto engine to fetch metadata from Data Hub and just drive governance over the data lake. So yeah, that was our data governance model and how data fits into it. Now talking about the integrations with existing tools. So once we had Data Hub up and running up at Groupers, first challenge for us was ingesting the metadata into it. Since we were very early adopters, the ingestion frameworks were not that good at that time. So basically we just built a simple ingestion framework at that time, and which basically just took the metadata and emitted to the Kafka topic in the required format that is required by the Data Hub. And we just integrated this ingestion framework with our basic ETL libraries. And these ETL libraries were being already used at Groupers to power basic ETLs, like the ad hoc ETLs on JHub, and the same ad hoc ETLs when they're scheduled on Airflow, we start getting properties like the refresh frequency of the datasets as well. And other properties we are already getting from the ad hoc ETLs. So as I said, the ingestion this is the ingestion framework part. So it needs to be integrated with other components as well. But since we are working on some short bandwidth on this project, so we are not able to integrate it with all the tools right now. So for that, we do some hacky kind of solutions. For example, for our source application pipeline, that is just making the source data available in Lake. What we do is we run a DAG at every 10 minutes that just captures all the metadata from our source application pipeline components and just dumps it into the data catalog in a read, modify, and write way. So that's basically how the metadata gets ingested at Grofers. Yeah, so yeah, just a basic library, just a basic code example of how it is done. Users are already providing other arguments while building data sets. Now they started providing description as well, table description, docs if they like to, and we were picking the ownership and the fresh time from the runtime environments itself. And this is how basically we started ingesting data into a data catalog. So yeah, this ingestion worked well for us. We have now over 3,000 datasets in our Data Hub cluster, and Data Hub has become the de facto to go and search for table details for everyone. Now we have nearly 40 weekly active users, so that's great for us as well. And also for other forms of data discovery at Grofers is fetching these details via APIs as well. So once people started getting these details actually now in an automated way, they wanted to integrate the APIs in the ETLs as well, so that the ETLs can be sure that they are running with the correct data, with the sanity checks as well. So yeah, people are using that in APIs, but the major use case and the most used feature with Data Hub is our basic integration that we built at Grofers with Redash. So basically what we did, Redash is the primary BI tool that is being used at Grofers. So we wanted to reduce a hop between we basically wanted to reduce the hop between how people are interacting with data and how they see the catalog. So usually what happens is they come to Redash, they wanted to query data. They can see the schema browser in the left hand side, but they were not able to see the catalog here. They always needed to go and see there. So what we did was we basically used Data Hub APIs and started showing the table details icon for the tables that have catalog available for them. So like the demo table that I just showed. So yeah, this is a Presto Lake. So the user can just click this icon and just can get the basic details on the Redash itself. So this reduces the hop for them, and data discovery becomes more easy for them. They can get the basic details here. Properties are dynamic. They are being fetched from Data Hub. Docs are there. And if in case they want to see more details, they can just click the view catalog button and go to the data catalog itself. It redirects them to the page itself. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I think I finished in time. Yeah, this is where we are right now. I know a lot of governance is not being governed using this, but ingestion and data discovery were our first goals because we were working with limited bandwidth. But our next goal would be that only, using these APIs and tagging capabilities to drive governance as well. And thanks to that, yeah.